Hey there. Hi. I know I should be resting, but I missed you, so I thought I'd at least talk. Even if it's for a little bit. Yeah. Well, I know you love the movie Encanto. I couldn't sleep last night, so I thought I'd give it a watch. And I honestly surprisingly enjoyed it a lot. I wouldn't say it was my favorite movie, but it was a really good musical, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, my favorite song. Um, do you know the really strong sister? Yeah, her song was my favorite one. My Twitch chat kind of hyped up the movie a lot for me. Because whenever they're bored, they'll randomly start spamming the lyrics to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. And I know that they're gonna have my head for this, but I didn't like that song all that much. I think it was probably like the second weakest song, at least for me. The weakest song was the pretty sisters song, or cousin, I think. Yeah, the only part of Bruno we don't talk about Bruno was when the one with super hearing was whisper rapping. I think that's the only part of it that was really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I couldn't sleep, so I started binging Disney and Pixar movies. I even sneaked in a rewatch of Big Hero 6. It was really good. I absolutely love that movie. I'm still upset that um his brother died the way that he did. Hmm. Yeah, it was really sad, all things considered. It was dumb but sad. mm, I kind of didn't like how in Enchanto, at the end of it all, they got their powers back. It kind of, at least for me, defeated the whole purpose of the movie. Like the main character teaching her family that they are more than just their powers and family is important. And at the end, they just all got back their powers and it just went back to being the same way as it was before. I'm glad that they didn't decide to give her powers, at least that's good, because she's special the way she is. She doesn't need the superpowers to be special. And that's what I thought the story of the movie was meant to be, right? Like, you don't need to have special powers or be the best at something to be considered, well, special, to be considered important. And I really like that. I loved how they show attachment to family with Bruno. The way, despite everything, he still did his best to see about his family. And despite all that has happened, he stayed close to them and still tried to take care of everything. I like the story of the one with the flowers, how sometimes we put so much expectations on being perfect, we tend to lose sight of who we really are. I like the one with the strong girl where sometimes we try to be strong and we try to carry on all of these burdens and we try to be the bigger person for everyone else around us, that we tend to neglect ourselves. I love the story of the grandma. Her view of her family changed over time. It became twisted, going from doing what she did for family to using family to do what she did. The girl with the hearing ability, she was my favorite character, if I'm gonna be honest. Her entire dilemma of the love of her life will just be right out of her reach, and her shaking that completely and still doing her best, you know? So all in all, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. Everyone kind of hyped up Enchanto for me. Like, I didn't watch it when it came out, and I spent like weeks, maybe months, hearing everyone talk about how it's the greatest movie that they've made in centuries, and it's a time classic, and how we don't talk about Bruno is one of the most catchiest things in the world. And I don't know, I went in there not expecting much, and I honestly enjoyed it a lot. The we don't talk about Bruno bit was a bit of a letdown, but I do enjoy the whisper rapping part, so it made it past my last pick and made it to my second to last pick. I didn't like the fact that they all got their powers back after everything they had been through. Like the lesson of being important and being special without powers, despite powers. I just think that the entire thing was a bit undermined by by them just getting it all back by the end. I didn't like a lot of a lot of the major plot points. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't like a lot of the major plot points on like how, despite everything going around, the grandmother ignoring it, despite the obvious growth and the obvious healing the house was doing, the grandmother ignored it. And I guess that's what they were aiming for with her character. But to me, it was resolved too quickly, and there wasn't any real lasting effects because they just all got their powers back. What I love about Enchanto was the complete respect and understanding of the Spanish Colombian culture. Like I noticed multiple small details that like most people would not consider. Like the textures of their hair, the difference in their skin tones, the fact that they used white corn flour instead of yellow corn flour, because that's what Spanish people actually prefer to eat. The fact that they called things their full names, like arepas. It was well done. The music was to its origin. The musicals were well constructed to each character, and you can feel each character's personality through it. And I really enjoyed the show, you know. So I just wanted to let you all I just wanted to let you know that I did watch Enchanto, and it was pretty good, and I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get some rest now. Okay. I love you forever, always. Bye bye.